Hi guys. So this is the very nice thing about where my house is located, is at sunset and in the afternoon. I still get plenty of light back here because that back wall stays bright. It acts almost like a light source coming at me. So I don't know how many of you really remember, in one of my videos a long time ago, I had mentioned that I once had a YouTube channel. I don't even remember what the name of it was, and it probably got taken down. I had a YouTube channel at one point that was a lot like what I do now, but it never got any likes. As a matter of fact, it got some really rude comments. I stopped making videos. I think I made 2 or 3 videos. But what you had was me doing things and working and sharpening and really was not comfortable even talking like I am now. If you watch my very first video on this channel, you can tell that I was a lot more self-conscious about talking. And when I would try to do this quick, I have a customer coming. I'm having a glass of whiskey. But I had something out that made me think back. My very first video I ever did on YouTube, it was a long time ago. I just got this. So this was a while ago. YouTube was still something new, and it was difficult to get things loaded to YouTube, but it was about, and it was just a short video. I had just sharpened this, and I did a hanging hair test where I dropped a knife across the blade and popped it, and it was this knife. It was my cold steel sisu. And so I had it out to show the difference between Damasteel and traditional Damascus. When I did that video, I had it out, and it just I kind of had it out, and it's been out since. It came out of my safe, because this one sits in my safe because I have a spot for it. It can sit in my gun safe because there's a little notch where I've got this and another fixed blade cold steel. But it kind of just made me reminisce on my first video, which was this knife, and I never actually reviewed it. Never did. And then I had this out in a video once before where I was talking about cold steel. It was the video that has caused a lot of controversy, but also conversely has the most likes, or not like, well, most likes and most views of any of my videos. So this is a VG10 Sanmai 3 knife that they made that is a lot like a puku. A lot like a puku. It is not a puku. It has some definite differences than a puku. But I saw this knife and I really liked it. It's got micarta scales. It's got silver nickel bolsters, and it really was a good knife. And I love this knife, and I forget about it from time to time. And I'll see it in my gun safe, and well, I'll get it out. But this has been out now for a little while. I don't have a way to carry it. But this is a very, very good little utility knife. And that's what it is. That's what the Finnish people use a puku for, is a utility knife. And they make the handles, and they make the handles. They hand engrave them, or they hand carve them, and then they actually take the sheaths and they get real elaborate with them. And it's like the only personalizable thing that the Finnish military allows the soldiers to carry is a puku, and they're allowed to, modify it to be personalized to them. And so it just, like I said, it just was one of those things that made me think back to when I first tried to start a YouTube channel, and I thought, this isn't for me. And now here we are. I started my second channel, and it was 100%, I have to thank John Grimsmo. I have to thank John Grimsmo. He told me, I sent him a video that I had done. No, I hadn't sent him a video that I had done. I asked him, I was like, how did your, channel really take off? And his response to me was that the second he turned the camera around and put a face to the channel, that's when people really responded. That's when people really could personalize with what he was doing and with his channel. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't necessarily want to turn the camera around and point it at myself. And you can really see it in that first video. I was uncomfortable. But he said that that's when his stuff really took off. That's when his channel really took off. And I have to say that if it hadn't been for that direct message on Instagram from John Grimsmo, because we had been talking about a knife I wanted to purchase from him, and it just it didn't happen because I didn't want to spend the money on that knife when I was thinking about starting this as a business and thinking about leaving my job. And that finally came to fruition this year, a year later, that I did quit my job. Now, the sharpening has not become a full-time thing. I would love it to. That'd be great. I would love to just sit out here and sharpen knives all day. That'd be great. I've had days where I made $400 just sharpening knives from like 6 o'clock in the morning to like 5 o'clock at night, just a 10-hour day. It just made $500 that day. There was days that I made more money. There's been days where I make more money at sharpening than I did when I was making $250 a day as a government employee. But it's that consistency. It's getting that business, that consistent business. It's not there yet. I gotta get consistent business with my insurance too. It's not there yet, but I'm fully confident that these things are gonna happen. They're gonna happen because I've never really quit anything in my life. I quit this job. It's the first time I've ever really quit anything in my entire life, and it had to be done because I was going to lose my mind. So I believe my customer's here. I'm gonna pause you guys, and then we'll come back to it. Whiskey. Well, guys, I am back, and I just had a customer. If you recall, he's a return customer. He's the guy that owns the Warther knives, which are made in Ohio, just down the road from where I live, actually. Dover, Ohio. They have a knife museum and stuff up there. But at any rate, so he just dropped off 10 knives. 10 knives. I got one more knife in there that has to be done before I can start on his, but these kitchen knives won't take that long. So you guys know I do kitchen knives. I do a lot of kitchen knives, actually. And a lot of times I don't. If they're really easy repairs, he's got a couple in there that are pretty bad, and it's going to require my full price. I don't charge usually as much for kitchen knives. Just depends on the steel and the knife and the quality of the knife and exactly what you guys would want. At any rate, I was talking about my previous job, and it had to be done, and I quit. It's the first time I ever quit anything. That's what I was talking about. But so much happier. There's no way I'm going to quit this because see the value in what I'm doing. Not just the knife sharpening, but the value in what I do with Aflac. But we were talking about John Grimsmo and how much he helped me. I was feeling kind of nostalgic about the fact that this is what started my first channel, ended my first channel, and then it was back out in one of my last videos. And so when you guys hear things in the comments about how much I hate cold steel, that's other people putting words in my mouth. I don't hate cold steel. I don't. This is one of my all-time favorite knives. It's cold steel. So, no, it's just, I think back on how much I've done on this channel in just a little over a year. Just a little over a year. There's a lot of videos out there. I didn't realize how many videos I put out. I'm at like almost 200 videos in a year. That's almost a video a day. Sometimes I do 2. Like today I'm doing 2 because it just struck my fancy that I wanted to get this out of the safe. But it goes back to when I do this now and I get comments. I've talked to a lot of my subscribers. I've met a few of my subscribers, Nick and Nico and some of my other subscribers that I've met. It's cool. It's not like I'm sitting here talking to a computer. It's like I'm sitting around and I'm just talking to my friends. There's no input. So I'm gonna do some more live Instagram stuff, but no, I was feeling a little nostalgic about how the channel started and how far it came. I watched my first video that I did on this channel the other day. I watched it, the DOC video. It was interesting, and you can see times when I'm not as happy with my life. You can see it in the videos. If you go back through and you watch some of my videos, you can see during times where maybe I was a little depressed, or I was fighting with the stuff with my dad when he had cancer and then passed away. There's times where you can see it in the videos, the way I approach things and stuff, and I have to keep doing this. It's almost therapeutic for me to do this, because I can vent to you guys, because you're gonna watch it. You guys don't have to, but somebody's watching it. So No, it's just this was just something that I wanted to do because I thought back on the fact that I started with no subscribers. Now we're coming up on 800. I'm doing stuff for prep for a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And I don't know, I'm trying to think of something I could do with that 100 subscriber video with that knife that I could throw in. I don't know. Talk to Bodiger and see if he's got any bottle openers or anything he's got laying around he wants to get rid of. Talk to guys at Firm Forge, see if they maybe have anything that can scarf up that they're not, you know, just some goofy swag stuff that we could throw in with it, because 1,000 subscribers, that's a big benchmark for me. I mean, that's a big milestone. So, I don't think I'm gonna start on Mike's knives tonight. I've been drinking whiskey. It's getting late. I haven't made supper yet. It's almost 7 o'clock. So I'm going to cut you guys off of here, and I'm gonna go in and I might do a live Instagram feed while I'm cooking supper. We'll see. Don't know yet. Haven't decided. But yeah, that's about it. You guys take it easy. Keep hanging out with me. It's fun. I really, 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 really enjoy this. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed it until this evening when I got kind of nostalgic and went back and looked at some stuff. This is something awesome. It really is. So I appreciate all you guys. Brian Nadeau actually commented on my video about his knife. He's on the Knife Nuts podcast as well. So he actually commented, and I was pretty impressed. I mean, I gave his knife a really good review because it's an amazing knife. It really is. Of all the knives that I've had come in for sharpening that I would think about giving up one of my prized Ferrum Forge knives for, it wouldn't be this one. I wouldn't give up this one. I would have to think. Now, the Fortis would never go because it was a gift. And that Pretium was a gift from Elliot. That would never go. But the other two, this one and the NTAC, I think hard. Do I really need an NTAC? My dad's NTAC's coming back to me. Do I need two? Don't know. But that one's going to my daughter, so don't know. I would think about that. That Mini Typhoon is a really nice knife. So that one was hard to let go back to Nico. I didn't want to let it go. That one and his SM100 at Ferrum Forge SM100 Stinger. Holy shit, I didn't want to let that go. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. I'd sharpened a few, but I'd never carried it. I didn't want to let that thing go. But right now we've reached that point where I'm just bullshitting with you guys, and I need to let you go. I can do this live feed on Instagram if I want to just bullshit with people. So you guys take it easy. Have a good evening. Take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. Take care of your families. And I appreciate everything from you guys, and I will see you next time. And my remote didn't work. How embarrassing.